Welcome to Bremen Theatre, and welcome to the very first Nordic Startup Awards Grand Finale. Tonight, we have gathered the best of the best from the Nordic region. And for the first time, we are all together under one roof. We have planned a great night of celebration, startups, music, and networking. So lean back, open your entrepreneurial minds, and enjoy the show. Give a warm welcome to the hosts for tonight, James Digby and Anne-Sophie Arfelt.
Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here in front of all of you today. The process actually started about 9 months ago. I was sitting backstage, and I really didn't want to promise to say what or how we started the process, but we're all friends, right? So the idea actually came to me while sitting on the toilet. Now, before we get there, it was actually more about asking the question of, how can we really make something special here in the Nordics? What was out there to empower entrepreneurs to get out and stand out tall and say, these are our achievements. We are great. The region itself stands steeped in tradition, with great economic background of traditional businesses, but with a sprinkling of startup magic, with people like Skype and Rovio coming from our shores. But we know already that it's not just those big names that make it for us. We found when we first started this system, that's a complete lie, this show, going through that really the entrepreneur ecosystem is bubbling with activity from the grassroots level upwards. We know with business plan competitions like Venture Cup, yeah, I see there's 2 people here from Venture Cup. There you go, yeah. Weekend hackathons like Startup Weekend, organizations like Shell, Innovation Norway, and Clack, amongst others, really taking innovation from the education system and bringing it upwards. Because really that's what we need. We need the knowledge to help us grow further and faster. From what we learned, we found that it was also imperative that we gathered ourselves in situations like this, where not only do we celebrate ourselves on a job well done, but also where we seek to find those really bearing the torch of the Nordics to the outside world. We're here tonight, however, not to rush it, to celebrate and recognize the startup ecosystem from the entire Nordics, the first time ever in the history. So, who do we have here? Let's see, from Iceland. Okay. I see the financial crisis was a little bit tough. How about from Norway? Then I can definitely tell that oil is still doing well. Sweden. Okay, you guys, you didn't have very far to come, so it's okay. How about Iceland? No, I said Iceland. Finland. Iceland just want to go again. Whee! Okay, who are you here from a country called Denmark? It still amazes me that the loudest cheer is always for yourself. Okay, fair enough. So, with over 450 applications in our first year, it really showed us that we're onto something. Now, not only from the press articles, but when I spoke to people and see the glint in their eyes when they spoke about the Nordic Awards, especially, I love it when I see that glint because I know where the idea came from in the first place. But, I think people's first reactions when you talk about the Nordics, first of all, they talk about the design, maybe the food. And if you ask an expat, well, it's probably because they hear of how beautiful the people are here, right? Now, but they tend to forget about all about the creativity and spark that you have within yourselves. May it be in Stockholm, in a high-rise office, or in a random sauna in the north of Finland. I think the enthusiasm is still the same throughout. Now, initially, the idea was for us to have this in the back of a dirty, seedy bodega bar. But as you can see, our sponsors decided that they didn't want that. So we're here today. We're here really to showcase the awesomeness that is the Nordic startup scene. You ready for that? Okay. I see the beers are working. Whoa. Guys, I'm on stage. Okay. Actually, I've got something quite cool for you guys. I hear that we've got someone coming in via video now. He's the president of the Global Entrepreneurship Week and a fellow at the Kaufman Foundation. Can you just give it up for Jonathan Ortmans?
Congratulations to the Nordics at the Nordic Startup Awards. This is a tremendous opportunity for, once again, Nordics to show the world how it's done. Around the world in the 130 countries that we work with on global entrepreneurship and startups, we constantly point to the Nordic nations as examples of how to do it right. And we're very proud to be able to join you via video this evening to give you congratulations and best of luck to our finalists.
Jonathan Ortmans, everyone!
And for those of you who might not know what the Global Entrepreneurship Week is, here's a short clip from Jonathan himself explaining what it's all about.
I'm Jonathan Ortmans, and I'm with Global Entrepreneurship Week. Global Entrepreneurship Week is challenging to understand in some respects because it's 35,000 events happening at the same time in 125 different countries. Global Entrepreneurship Week offers you the opportunity to come and test your aptitude. Join a networking event. Come and meet a mentor. Come and experience a boot camp. Come and experience some other element of the startup community in your city, in your town, and learn about whether or not at some point in your life you may have the interest and the skill to be able to join a startup. And I think this has been effective in allowing people to feel that they're not only driving more of their fellow citizens to consider the path of entrepreneurship in their own countries, but they're learning and participating with people from other nations. It's really in the hearts and the minds of the individuals in each of these countries. There's a way that now we think entrepreneurs might be the force for change in their countries for things beyond just economic change, that they can actually make the world a better place. The field of entrepreneurship is no longer something of narrow commercial significance. It's something of more cultural consequence. It's something that represents the possibility of human endeavor for the benefit of all. The globalization of startup communities actually gives the world a much better chance at solving some of the intractable challenges of the decades past. So in a sense, we see more citizens trying their hand at helping the world innovate its way out of its challenges. The world needs more entrepreneurs. It's a question of inspiring more people to recognize that it's more important to the future of their societies than they previously recognized. Global Entrepreneurship Week is an idea bigger than all of the communities that make it up, and it represents something that we can all aspire to, which is to be part of one global community of people ferreting out better ways of doing things and improving the lives of our citizens.
So for tonight, let me just quickly run through the order of the awards we will hand out today. We start out with the Best Startup Journalist, Best Investor, Service Provider, Designer of the Year. Then we take the Best Newcomer, the Best Funded Startup, the Student Startup, the Bootstrapper, International, the Founder of the Year, and last but definitely not the least, the Startup of the Year, but thereby not forgetting our People's Choice Awards, which we will actually start off with right now. So can I please welcome on stage, as a pleasant surprise for our People's Choice nominees, can I please welcome to the stage from Denmark,